Okay, now I think this is the one. I try to use one of my old managed broadcasts, which was weird. Oh, okay. I am dumb. I'm looking at my like past few streams, and then I've just had the same the same title, and I was like, why don't these have any views on them? And I was like, because they are named exactly the same. It's gonna bother me. Let me. I'm just gonna delete these. Um, nah, it's fine. These aren't like fully official yet. It's kind of me getting used to the whole streaming thing. So who cares if they go delete into the void? Except for the YouTube algorithm. Okay. Get myself sorted. Okay, welcome back. It is the first stream since the holidays and just taking some time off from like doing this for like 4 or 5 days. The urge to just not do a stream was super strong. So we're officially back. I'm probably gonna keep this for maybe like hour and a half today. Been reading a few things. We'll see. I've been working on like my portraits and trying to like dial in on drawing like faces, expressions, and heads. So we'll see if we hit that today. I do need to practice, but if I start dragging, we're going straight to Cyberpunk, and then I will just get energized by taking my old Johnny cyborg metal Batman and just beat my way through the denizens of what was the city name? Um, Cyberpunk 77 But yeah, the main things that I have been reading since the last one, I have started Malazan, but I still haven't gotten past that initial like inertia of when you read Malazan, because generally it takes me about 100 pages to get invested, and you'd think you'd get carried over from one book to the next, but Steven Erikson just constantly introduces so many new characters, new books, or new plot threads, new everything. So each new book, you kind of feel like you're just being thrown into just a completely new book. That's nothing is explained. He doesn't believe in exposition really. So it like always takes a bit, and like maybe you're excited to read certain storylines, but you're not going to see those for like 200-300 pages into some of these books. So even though I already got like 2/3, 3/4 of the way through Reaper's Gale, it's been a hot minute since I last read it, so it's almost like I'm picking it up again from scratch. So we're slowly struggling through with that. Malazan is one of the few book series I think I'll actually do like a book review on, but we're also kind of close towards the end, so we'll kind of see when that comes out. I was going through like my video production and everything, and I'm thinking by the time I finish the series with me kind of focusing on it this new year, that the big series review video is probably going to be around June, because that's going to be a very high effort video from me. I want to do a lot of b-roll and not just talking head, me explaining like Malazan. I'd like it to be interesting to people who aren't just like obsessively like or obsessive over that series. It's really good, but it just has such a high like difficulty curve that I would like to introduce more people to it, mainly so they can struggle and suffer through like how I was suffering and going through it. But That's one I've had on my radar for a little while now, so I'll likely do some shorter reviews for the remainder of the series. No more hulking 40-minute, just me talking about every detail of the book for it, but I'll see how I can condense this into like 15 minutes. I'll probably just focus on like the themes and like what it was like reading the book rather than like here's every single plot point available. And once I get back to book 3, I will come back and probably do a spoiler stream where just on stream I will go deep into everything about it, and then I will likely just cut that out and be its own like very minimally edited video. I might play with audio a little bit. I don't know. I have a compulsive editing problem, and when I do these like longer videos, it generally just like eats like hours of my life. So I'm trying to find the balance with that. Let me actually put a notice that I'm actually online. God, I need to find a better camera angle. Having to like look around my camera is like super annoying. There we go. So yeah, the main things that I have been reading to kind of break up Malazan, because I haven't quite gotten like reinvested in the series, are two very like light-hearted books. Um, I started getting back into the Primal Hunter. It's kind of just like a fun guilty pleasure lit RPG. The guy who wrote it, Zogarth, I think he was just like tired of working an office job, which I can relate, and just wound up writing a book about this one character who has like this like hidden bloodline inside of him that just makes him better than everybody, and it's just like an ego of just superiority and anything. And the writing on it, like I wouldn't say it's good, but it's epic. So reading it, it's like I don't think you're gonna like walk away with any like cool things or any like deeper meaning or anything from that series, other than you would like watching Dragon Ball Z or some kind of like power fantasy like anime. Like it's a lot of fun and it's easy reading, but when like the main character is like severely overpowered and it's like, oh, you're a giant snake, I'm gonna name you Snaky. Giant worm, Wormy. It's like the humor in it's just kind of like not really clever or anything, but good God, can this man like write super epic like fight scenes, and it's a very like satisfying like power progression. So for me, it's like one of those I can just like kind of shut my brain off, like wind down and just enjoy reading it, and especially like putting that up with me like also reading Malazan, it is just a really nice break from everything. The other one, which because I am currently physically reading Primal Hunter, I still like to listen to like podcasts and audiobooks when I work out and do other stuff, has been Beware of Chicken. I read this a while ago, and it's kind of like a cozy slice of life almost, but set in a Muram world. It is very much like pop fantasy or pop Muram, but unlike like the Primal Hunter, I think the writer of that's like much better at hitting like emotional like highs and lows. And while like the main character is overpowered, the focus of the series really isn't on like his overpoweredness. It's like him building a farm, living a life, and like when he does actually go off on like everybody and like just release it, like he does it in a satisfying way where it's not just constant like badassery. Instead, he has like a whole like farm full of animals, and all of the animals somehow became sapient spirit beasts that are also martial artists. And then it's like, okay, well now like this chicken is like strong, maybe not overpowered, but then it's the whole chickens running around like beating people up. If you haven't heard that song, I recommend checking out the EDM remix of Chicken Attack. And that's kind of like my mental image for some of the characters in this. That whoever does that, like Chicken Attack, also has just, I think, like nearly every Zodiac animal just doing like cool, fun things, and they're different like beats, and I think they have all been remixed at some point or another. But it's basically like a fun mix of just farm animals learning kung fu and beating the shit out of everybody, and just kind of cozy slice of life. So for me, it's like a really easy, like I'll just pop it in, do some art, go do my actual job, or just generally pick it up. Like I don't really have to focus too hard on it, but it is enjoyable and it does have some like pretty good moments in it. I'm thinking, let me I have like a list of what I'm reading coming up. I want to get back into the Spellmonger series sometime soon. Um, Terry Mancore, he's actually commented on some of my reviews of his videos, which I thought was like really cool. And they have a pretty active Discord called the Ghost Rock. But he just released a book called The Talon and Flame, and he's having a art competition come out. That's actually, or not an art competition, a writing competition. That's like pretty exciting, where you have to write it in its universe after or between some of his books. But basically, if you write it and it wins, or even if Terry just like likes it, then he will actually publish it in, I think, his next anthology of short stories. Which, a lot of people who like these more indie, like fantasy type of things, or anyone who just likes to read a lot, I feel like we've all had that like urge of like maybe I could be a writer and do this too. So rather than having to go sit down and write like a whole book, or go fight through an editor, or go through like the sheer hours and hours worth of figuring out like how do you do like the indie publishing, web novels, and all of that, him giving you like a taste of like a 5,000 words short story, maybe gives you some feedback, but then just getting like your feet into the ground, it's like, oh cool, like something I wrote is actually now like a published book. I think it'd be pretty cool. Anyone who's interested, it's you can look for the Ghost Rock Discord, or really just like a Spellmonger Discord, and you can find it. I think the deadline is the 31st, so I only got a month, but it's only 5,000 words, which is like 7 pages. Not bad, and if you've never written a short story before, I recommend it. I had a year when I was trying to figure out if I wanted to be a writer or not, where I did the Bradbury challenge, and it's basically you write 52 short stories, one a week. He had some other stuff like immersing yourself, like read a poem or like a short story, like in that week too, or every day. I generally read every day, so for me it was just kind of like a writing exercise. But I will say doing that for a year and actually getting like all 52 out felt really good. And then like even my writing ability, because I went from like writing a story I had in my head for a while where I was like, can I just teleport him up the stairs? He's in the living room. How do I get him into this room? Do I need him to do this like one long shot? How do I go from point A to point B? And looking back on that now, it's kind of hilarious because it's just like, Johnny got home, slammed the door exhausted, and then you can immediately cut to like just a different scene. In my mind, like I was like, I have to have this continuous. I don't understand why this isn't continuous. So, if you ever thought about it, like just cranking out those short stories and kind of getting a hold on the craft, maybe it's not the book you always wanted to write, but also maybe you have tried to write a book multiple times and just never been able to finish it, which was the case for me a few years ago. And just the act of completing 52 like completed stories like in a row really helped like dial in that muscle of like, okay, like I actually know how to like start something and finish it. I mean, novellas are probably a better first step because it's tracking all that took me a while. I think it took me 3 straight novel attempts before I was able to like complete something that was complete dog shit. But I did it. I finished it, and now I took that knowledge and I have my own project that I'm working on now that I feel a lot better about. But that's from me throwing like literal writing garbage at the wall for years to figure it out. So if you want to do it, go for it. Now, some of the other books I am looking at doing, it's kind of funny because I wasn't really tracking this new season of One Punch Man, but I kind of have a video idea about doing something with the One Punch Man like media and series. So it's kind of funny. Like I think it's Bando Namkai is like the animation studio, like them using AI and just overworking their animators and them going from like one of the most like highly respected like animations to like just one frame man, and just the AI slop they've been putting out for like a really successful series is really interesting. But I'm gonna pick up all the media around that. I talked about it in one of my Cyberpunk streams, but I am looking at actually reading everything in that universe, like graphic novel, game expansions. There are multiple books that have come out for that series that I'm like pretty excited about. And where is it? Malazan is a big focus, so I am trying to like just like go through that. I didn't finish it, but I've read it before. I want to go back through Dungeon Crawler Carl because I have some like fun stuff I want to do with it. And then same thing with The Wandering Inn. Like I think more stuff has come out, but that narrator switch just kind of threw me off. And I think I'm gonna switch to reading and finish it and try to get caught up with it. I think it'd be cool just to like get caught up on the longest fantasy series in the world. It's gonna be a lot, but I think once I get through some of these lighter books, I'll need something to fill the gap. Hey, what up, Demetric? Yeah, no worries. I was talking about Primal Hunter and how bad it is, but how that's weird because of how epic it is. And then also just kind of like a ramble about different books and writing. Okay, let me see. I was not mentally ready to stream today. Normally, I try to like get a general outline of like stuff to talk about. One thing that's kind of interesting that I didn't think I'd be like getting back into, but when I was a teenager, well, I mean, I grew up doing martial arts since I was like 4. And when I was a teenager, that was like the way I would show off to people was just do like crazy taekwondo kicks or like, be in the backyard, like just messing out, trying to do like cool acrobatic flips. So like lately I've been like revisiting that and seeing like, okay, now I'm an adult that knows how to research and has discipline. Like how far could I actually get with martial arts tricking? No, hell yeah, man. I say a little is better than nothing. But I think too for like resume stuff, having something that's like paid, I think like sits a little better than yeah, I built this personal project that no one was interested in. Oh, but yeah, I've been like in my backyard just tossing myself around and like trying to get more flexible. And it's weird doing some of these spinny kicks because the flexibility is still there from when I'm a kid. But doing these weird spinny tricky things, it's like I definitely like feel it like the next day in like my hips, like not in a bad way, but just like ooh, you sure you want to do a 360 tornado kick, man? You haven't done it in like 15 years. And just pushing past it. Nice. Is this for like cloud engineering or something else? Also, I am going to, I think just to finish off, I'm gonna go look for a portrait. I've been, as part of like me learning portraits, been trying to like do stylized versions that I see. I am not good at them yet, but slowly piecing it together. Actually, I know what I want to do. Alright, I'm gonna move this to here. I don't know if you ever saw that old TV show, The Tick, with Patrick Warburton. That was like one of my first exposures to him, other than like Emperor's New Groove. But let me bring myself down. Nope. No, that's cool. That sounds like more exciting than. I mean, generally it pays less money, but that does sound more exciting than like I optimized a business's cloud expenditure. It's kind of cool. You getting to do something like with the ocean. Love this stuff. Okay, I'm not gonna do like a long one. I think I just want to like get like a basic render of the war button. See like how quick it would take me to try to like capture this pose, and then I'll switch to a little bit of cyberpunk. Oh, that's pretty good. New layer. Python's pretty fun. That's I've done a couple of projects in it, but that's kind of like my main language that I'll just fuck around with if I'm like bored and want to like build something. I had one class where we built a like a CPU cache, and it was mainly just to like learn about like building CPU caches. And you absolutely should not do it in Python just because of like how slow it is. But I was just like, okay, well I'm gonna do it this way because I don't want to deal with memory. But all right, what is even this brush? Okay, nice. So we're just gonna go. Okay, nice. Python's pretty cool. A lot of the projects I've had to like wind up working on have been like mostly like Java or like C sharp. And then I do so much scripting that I've learned how to like use a lot of those languages like outside of Python Like PowerShell's object oriented, so you can do some like really weird shit with that. Okay, we'll come back and clean this up later. Give him some boulder shoulders. That's probably gonna need to extend. I don't know why, but the moment I started like drawing this, I just started hearing his like spoon. Alright, that needs to be redone. Give him some arms. Yeah, I'll have to come back in and fix that, but a little bit better. Yeah, I had to do a couple projects where it's like compared to PHP, that's probably like my most hated language. So converting JavaScript or PHP into JavaScript was like cathartic because I really hate PHP. Let's get some light. I like JavaScript, but when people use it incorrectly and like it turns into you need to use threading or stuff that you would normally use for like Java and other stuff, it's like a nightmare to deal with. And then all the different frameworks that go with it, that the amount of things that change, like Angular, like I think after like 17 introduced like asynchronous threading, and I had to like fix someone's like code because they didn't know what promises and all that stuff was, or how to like deal with all that, and convincing them that me not as a developer knew like their code was wrong was like a just a massive headache. Normally when I'm drawing like and trying to do like a good job, I'll like do a bunch of different like layer manipulation and everything. But I'm not really feeling that today. So we're just gonna erase and go like I was doing this on a piece of paper. Probably wants to come out with a bit more. This needs to come out a bit more as well. Give him a thick bicep, tricep. It's kind of funny, actually. I was talking about One Punch Man a little bit, and this character would absolutely be on like the One Punch Man show. Let's go into here. It's a bit better as a fist. Turn this away from just a circle. Okay, let's give him his little mask. I got a new like stand too for like my art pad. The cats kept like walking on this and it was like super annoying. So like I have it at a different angle and it's forcing me to like actually do like not just like with my wrists like the way I want to do it, but like most artists have to like use their whole thing and it gets cleaner lines, but it is like more tiring to do it. Okay. So I'm gonna definitely bring this more out. And do a bunch of cleanup. This probably should come down just a little bit, but still have the widow's peak. And then we can give him some of his antennas. I think I saw the new show of this, or you know, the one that came out 4 or 5 years ago, and it was like entertaining, but for me, like Warbutton definitely like made the show. Let's give it a little finish. I will use this new thing I learned. It's not like perfect, but I think I can kind of do like a Loomis thing. Here, here, here. And I just really wanted to get like kind of a reference for the face. So he's got them thick eyebrows going this way, coming out just a little bit. And I'm not trying to do like a perfect like copy. Really, I'm just trying to like get better at like looking at something, like in a face in particular, and then like kind of like getting just enough of it where it's like, oh yeah. That's the tick. And this one's kind of like the ridge catches it. This down so it's like not crowding the face. This kind of curves up. Yeah, this is kind of where I struggle a bit. It's just getting like this proportion just right. Just a bit. Curves and a bit. Carve out a bit of the nose. Yeah, this is where like I get all like weird because now it's like I've noticed lately my art's been looking more like those Adult Swim cartoons that they do that they make them intentionally look bad. I can see where it's kind of weird, but it's like catching that before I like get too deep into it is always like hard. Honestly, not having an upper lip kind of like fits this character. We're just gonna stylize this instead, I think. Yeah, I think I messed up like the pose to begin with, but that is all I really wanted to do. I was doing some like ink drawing like before I came up on here just to like make sure I would hit something. I never know like when I go on stream whether or not I'm gonna get like energized and want to like tackle some of this stuff. But I'm gonna move this back. And pull myself back up to here. Alright, let's, I guess, load up some Cyberpunk. Pause. I've been like limiting myself to only playing this on stream, which makes it kind of interesting because a lot of times I have a like good idea of like what the build I want to be, and I think I looked up one that kind of like fit perfectly, but it is because I haven't been like playing it like every day like I can. I can't like always have to like go back and like relook at what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna move this. Alright, and as always, let me know if like the volume's weird or anything. I keep the same settings, but computers get weird. I am excited though. Like I haven't played this Phantom Liberty yet. I've heard really good things. It's kind of weird. Like I'm getting back into Cyberpunk now, but I do want to get to this part because I've beaten the main game like a couple times, but not the expansion. And this is one of the games where like I like equally enjoy the story. Let's move. Okay.
Sure, of course it was trouble. Always couldn't give two shits if you were making shit. Met with Stout, managed to strike a deal. Gave me the chip with the scratch from Maelstrom. Decided I could use the Eddies myself. I just grabbed the bottle. Not just. Had to use violence. Still on the to-do list.
Okay, I was about to give a recap, but then I guess like Dex just did that. Um, where we left off, it was kind of cool because I've actually never had that happen in the game before. Was we came into here to get the flathead. Normally, like someone else raids, and then I run after paying them, but I didn't realize I could just like shoot my way out of there. There's like a character I think I've like locked myself out of doing it this way, but that's interesting. Alright, let me do character 2 attributes. Alright, I'm just gonna go here. Okay, I really need a blunt weapon. I might hold off on this for just a bit. See if I also have that build saved. It's one of like the things I didn't really think about. I switched everything to like Edge from Chrome because like I wanted my computer to be better at like editing. And for the most part, it was like pretty seamless transition. But not having like my history pull up kind of sucks, especially because I'm not using like Google search anymore. Okay. I just wanted to refresh myself. I found something that was called the bonk build that I thought was pretty fun. So, let's see. Let's take some survivability stuff. Alright. This should help out with the fact that I'm just like rushing straight into people. I remember too, it's kind of like Skyrim horses. If I like call a car, it like spawns in weird places. Like all the way over there. Cool. This is kind of like Grand Theft Auto in a way, like some of the... Oh. Good. God. Huh. This like straight up has never happened to me before. Like I think because I had to like fight my way out. Oh. Welp. I guess we're not gonna fight them. Okay. It's like you want me to, like, die. Alright, let's get out of here. Jesus. I hate the cars in this game so much. Jesus. This is not a good cyberpunk day. I guess I'm just gonna run. I swear to God, if those dudes come, is that them? Yeah, this is wild. Like, I've never played through that sequence before, so like, me getting in my car there and then just having them like, just straight up jump me. Oh, you son of a bitch. It's like you knew I was gonna rob him. Oh, wait. Wait. Oh, you got lucky. I need to get my cyber legs. Alright. Oh, let's see if I get murdered. Yo, what the fuck? Please and thank you.
Looking a little put out there, input. Interest you in a free PT?
Sure. Can I go?
Hold it. House rules first. There will be severe penalties for any unauthorized recording. No drugs, no phones. Someone catch your eye? You do not grab.
It's always funny saying like nightclubs and video games. This is a super popular spot, but if I went to like a nightclub and it was like this, I'd be like, damn, it's dead. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, there we go.
Hey. Get yourself. Looking for Evelyn Parker. If she's here. Just ask. Name's V. She and I have a date. V, it's a pleasure. There. Huh? So, love's big. Gonna have to look around.
That's Evelyn if you don't gonna get figured out.
Does that sound? Only tequila I drink. How do you know?
I like to know everything about the people I work with. Either that or it was just a guess.
Why do you need to know? Listen, actually, it doesn't seem much like your thing, this place.
I'll take that as a compliment. No place we can talk where ears will prick up to listen. We'll be in the lounge, Mateo. No asks, not. What can I
Nothing's wrong. Really.
Why don't you just tell me? Dex had a lot to say about you. Called you professional, effective, and trustworthy. I hope it wasn't overselling.
You don't give a rat's dick what Dex thinks. We both know.
You have trouble accepting that.
No, just think fire is beneath you. Wrong?
The ghost stripper.
Dex is beneath you. Have you known each other long?
Let's talk biz. I mean, it's nice, but I didn't come here to get my ego stroked.
No. We're here to gain some knowledge. Life-changing kind.
Now you got me all excited.
Your target. I trust you with this.
Relic, Securious Soul Trinket. He technically won it, actually. We're tangling with Arasaka. And this heist with a dangerous, risky motherfucker.
Arasaka's poured billions into personality transfer technology. But me, I just want the data on this one. The chip is tucked away inside Konpeki Plaza Hotel. You ever been?
You know, he's never rolled through that damn thing.
Damn shame. The fresh they serve is good. Shut up, Mr. Man.
Where's this chip hiding exactly?
In a suite on the top floor.
Arasaka? He's in town?
Don't you read the screen sheets? The media couldn't get enough of Rory coming tonight soon. It was all over the headlines. Anyway, he's heir apparent.
What? So Arasaka Jr.'s planning to
That is a weird way to skip.
city?
Only a handful.
Telling me you're one of them? Look, if you've got any spare aces up your sleeve, now's the time to show 'em.
Yeah, basically
Should make your
her
credit work up.
job is like they want them to go into like Elon Musk's super hideout if Musk was Japanese samurai, and we are stealing stuff from like the most powerful person alive, one of the most.
Fine. Arasaka security at the front.
Basically, it's hidden in like a secret case that she has info on how to get to.
What's next?
Now comes the best part. Molly, got something for you. Should help you plan. Brain dance for
How's the brain?
Okay. This part. Bastard.
Might be very useful.
What's on the table?
Yorinobu's suite. Glorious interior. You'll need to locate the robot herself. I'll be ready for detailed diagnosis. It's hard to say this week for sure, okay?
Yeah, okay. I'm saving there. Alright. I am going to come back to this because it's kind of slow, and I am kind of dead today. So, we're going to stop like right at about a hour. I will be coming back on Thursday for another stream, and we'll likely do like a longer one Sunday to make up for the time, and also the next Tuesday from now is going to be my last like official stream for a little while. I might come back in for a couple of them, but I'm gonna be doing a lot of traveling for the holidays and everything. So like unless I can figure out like how to get like a good streaming setup on my laptop while traveling without my camera or mic or anything, it's kind of doubtful. But I've been meaning to figure out if I can like stream off my phone because I've been doing a lot of weird shit that I think would be fun to like showcase, like physical weird stuff, me flipping around the backyard and stuff, and I can do that anywhere. So that's basically going to be it for tonight. For those of you that will come and watch this back later, I have been reading Malazan and will be doing a spoiler stream for it likely either next week or the when I come back. Whatever that is. Honestly, it's probably going to be like around New Year's Eve-ish. I should be back. But yeah. Thank y'all for stopping by, and peace.